Hello. Today lesson in science is unit 9.4, 9.5 and 9.6 pressure, page 126. Definition of pressure, and then pressure calculation, and then gas and liquid pressure. What does that mean? What is the gas, what is the pressure in gas, and what is the liquid pressure? How does that look like? And then we go to a question answer session. Okay, now definition. Pressure is the force of 1 Newton constructed on one area of 1 meter square, and it is measured in Pascal. So big force and small force. What is big force and small force? The force generally is the 1 Newton force on 1 meter square. But if it is 10 Newton, if I have the same force, 10 Newton, and this one is applied or concentrated on 1 centimeter square, and this one is concentrated on 100 centimeters square, where can I feel more force, here or here? No. The force will be more intensified by this case here, because the area is very small. What does that mean? When the area is very big and the same force is concentrated on this area, the force will be distributed on the surface of this area. That's why we don't feel that intensified force. But if the area is small, the concentration of force will be more. So when the area is small, I can predict that the force will be more, you can feel it more intensified than compared with when the area is big. When they are the same force, of course, you can make this force here greater, like 100 Newton. Of course, you shall feel more force here. Okay, so force is really inversely proportional with area. What does that mean? An inverse relationship. That means the greater the force, okay, and the greater the area, less intensify you feel the force. The smaller the area, the more intensified you feel the force. So it is an inverse relationship between them. So let us go to pressure calculation. How I measure that? Pressure is force over area. So let us check this question, page 120, and find the pressure caused by 60 Newton. This is the force, 60 Newton, concentrated on an area of 2 meters square. This is the area here. You only apply the formula. The pressure is 60 Newton over 2, which is 3 Pascal. Okay, what about gas liquid pressure? Okay, atmospheric pressure. Let us speak about atmospheric pressure. Is caused by our atmosphere, which is reached its maximum at sea level point, because all the atmosphere is pushing. When you stand on a sea level, when you are standing on Earth, this is our normal life. We are standing really in sea level, for example. All the pressure of the atmosphere above you will push you. So you are on the highest point of atmospheric pressure when you are in sea level. Why? Because it's all on top of you. If you climb with an airplane, or if you climb a mountain and you fly over with an airplane, this pressure will be reduced with as much as you go higher, as low this pressure goes. Why? Because the atmospheric, the line of pressure of the atmosphere will be reduced also. But you have the feeling of the highest pressure from the atmosphere when you are standing on sea level. Okay, this is called atmospheric pressure. This is exactly not the same by sea pressure, because if you dive in the sea, if you are swimming in the sea, you have zero pressure of the sea, because you are on the top of it. If you dive 1 meter, so you have 1 meter pressure of water on top of you. Okay, if you dive 1 kilometer, you have 1 kilometer of seawater pressure upon you, and so on. And then we have the air particles also collide rapidly. This is now we speak about gas and liquid. Gas and liquid are made from particles which are moving rapidly and hitting the surface of any surface, causing pressure. By liquid is more intensified in comparison with gas. Why? Because the liquid particles are much closer together. Just like if you remember the last lesson when we spoke about density from steel and iron, the steel is much have more density because the atoms are much closer together. Here we have the atoms of liquid is much closer together. That's why by its rapid movement and by its collision with the surface, it will cause more force because we have more rapid collision of the atoms with the surface. Why? Because these atoms are rapidly more collided with the surface because they are more closer together in comparison with gas. So now we question answer. Atmospheric pressure determine the force that we have. Pressure determine the force and area. Exactly the same. If you wanted the force, you have to multiply area by pressure. Okay, so the force of the person, you multiply atmospheric pressure by the area. Atmospheric pressure is 100,000 pascal multiplied by the area 2 meters square. This will give you a force of how much? 200,000 Newton. So this is the force caused by that much pressure and that much area. Okay. Can you make me now homework question 2 and 3, page 128 and 129, and and send it to me by WhatsApp, please. For any further question, you can ask me. Thank you very much for today.